Hey, Danica, how are you? Thanks for logging on. I appreciate you, Danica. Hey. All right, give us. Oh, we got two people now. We got two people. All right, here we go. Hey, Harold, how are you, brother? I am interstitial. All right, y'all, here we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Angie's Angles. It is December the 7th in the year of my Lord, 2023. That's for you, Lottie. And before I go any further, I made a determination a couple of weeks ago. We no longer have a family and friends section of Angie's Angles. Everybody's my family on Angie's Angles. So to my entire family out there, I want to wish you all a very happy Hanukkah. And while we're on the subject of Hanukkah, I was truly blessed and honored today. Our Rabbi Lipsker at Adelphi University, honored me by asking me to be the first lighter of the menorah. It's called the Shamash candle. It's the candle that's in the center of the menorah and is lit first, and it is the helper candle that helps that lights all the other candles on the menorah. Hey, Tom, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hey, Nick Triano, representing Adelphi University. What's going on? Yeah, we're going to talk about the Juan Soto Skanky acquisition. That's for sure. But I wanted to welcome everybody. It's the holiday season. Today's the first day of Hanukkah, so very happy Hanukkah. To steal a line from, oh goodness, what's his name? It's one of my favorite songs. I can't remember his name. I'm losing. It just came to me, but I forget. Somebody help me with that. Saturday Night Live alum. Anyways. So let's get right into it, everybody. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the Adam Sandler. Harold, you're the man. I need some Ginkgo, Harold. Hey, Barbara, how are you, hon? Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. Yes, Adam Sandler. That's great. All right, for all those that are waiting for it, and I know you are, let's use the old torch. I'm going to light up my, I'm smoking a Perdomo Maduro. It's a very nice, smooth cigar. Perdomo happens to be one of my favorite brands. All right, we got a full light going on. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. I thought I left my spit cup out front of we're broadcasting live from Smoke Therapy 215 Ronkonkoma Avenue, Ronkonkoma, New York. If you're local, always come on down. Eric Schuster, that's a very personal invitation to you, my friend. I know you're local. One night you're going to have to come. Hey, Scott, thanks for signing on. I appreciate you, Scott. So let's get into the Scott Juan Soto acquisition. I got a Delphi on my brain. So Juan Soto is now a skanky, albeit for one season. They traded a handful of guys, 5 guys plus a catcher, for God's sakes. Or four pitchers in the catcher, to be corrected. Hey, Mark, what's going on? I am Duo Interstado with Mark logging on. I appreciate you. So the Yankees trade the following: Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, and Kyle Higashioka. 4 pitchers and a catcher. And the Yankees got back one Juan Soto and Trent Grisham. Oh, Harold. I hear you, my friend. Now, listen, in all fairness, I'm not a Soto fan. at all. Zero fandom on Juan Soto, right? But 275, 35 home runs, 100 RBIs would have looked very, 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 very nice in my Met lineup. Elaine Lands, my best buddy in the universe. Happy Hanukkah to you and the Lands family, my friend. Yes, we hate this Yankees big time. We hate them big time. But here's the problem with this trade with the Yankees. Now, they gave up prospects for a 1-year rental. And we all know the ugly elephant in the room of Scott Boras being Juan Soto's agent. And we know unless the Yankees dig deep into their pockets and offer Soto anywhere between, 9 to 10 years and over $400 million, he ain't signed. He's going free agency. Yes, Harold. And we talked about this. I talked about this ad nauseum with Tom out in the lobby of Smoke Therapy. New York's going to eat Juan Soto up. They're going to eat him. I mean, he went to San Diego where life couldn't be any better in San Diego. I mean, it's like paradise on earth at times in San Diego, yeah. The weather never goes above 80. It never rains, etc., right on the water, laid-back lifestyle. And he still spit the bit. Now, if you look at his splits, right, before the All-Star break and after the All-Star break, he turned it on after the All-Star break. I mean, Juan Soto was batting 250 prior to the All-Star game, maybe 245. And he was spitting the bit, and then he just happened to turn it on, finished with a solid 275, 38 home runs, 100 and I think it was 9 RBIs. But there is Elaine Land, stop with the nonsense. So, Mark, I just said I'm not a Juan Soto fan by any. And the day that he left Washington Nationals and said, "Screw you and your $450 million offer," I was praying, I was hoping, I was doing novenas that Juan Soto would have gotten traded to Pittsburgh, Kansas City. I was going to throw Cleveland out there, but probably not. Even Oakland, right? Oakland, oh my goodness. That's where Juan Soto belonged to go. I don't want any success for Juan Soto. I don't know the guy personally. Hey, Mr. McGowan, what's going on, sir? But Juan Soto is going to get eaten up a la Ed Whitson of the Yankees, a la Kenny Rogers. These guys don't have the intestinal fortitude to pitch in New York or play in New York. Juan Soto is going to have all the pressures of the universe to match Aaron Judge's walk year stats. He's going to have the media hounding him. He's going to have the New York nightlife. He's 25 years old. And personally speaking, I don't think he's got the discipline or the principle to leave Manhattan nightlife alone. Harold, I hope you're wrong. I'm opposite. I think we have to sign Pete Alonso because especially now that we're out on Juan Soto, that we didn't get Soto and the potential power that he brings to the table. You can't give up Pete Alonso's power. I think the Mets are going to come at him with a very, very aggressive offer. I've called it. I'm on record as saying 8 years, 280 gets it done. That's my opinion. Oh, I'm sorry, Harold. I misread that. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm sorry. Thank you, buddy. No, Jim, I don't agree with that assessment. Jim McGowan saying the Mets will pick him up when he becomes a free agent after next season. I highly, highly, highly doubt that. There's 2 reasons. If he continues to put up the power numbers, increases his batting average to the 270 range with 40-plus home runs and 100 RBIs, he's going to price himself way, way above what the Mets could get him for right now. So I really think that we need to sign. And Pete wants to be here. All those that are basketball fans and watched them at the Knicks game the other night, what was it? New York will go home. Or something like that, and Pete really wants to be a Met, and I want him to be a Met. He's the face of the franchise right now. He is the franchise right now today, 2023. And there's no reason why we don't sign Pete Alonso. The fact that Steve Cohen took his private jet, went to Japan, took Yamamoto out, wined and dined him over there in his homeland, speaks volumes of his determination. And the rumor is that that Yamamoto's down to the two teams. You want to throw the Dodgers in as a third team, you can, but I really do think Yamamoto wants that global spotlight. I'm not really sure LA is all that globally recognized. Yeah, it's Hollywood and all this and that, but it's not New York. If you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, as the song goes. But with the Skankies, they're in a precarious situation. They're all in, right? They're all in right now, the Skankies. They got a problem in the outfield, right? And there's rumors that Judge is going to be playing center field half a season in center field, and Aaron Judge has proven that he's a little fragile. And you can't put, what is he, 6'8"? You cannot put him in center field on a consistent basis. He's a better right fielder. Me and Tom were talking about his arm. He's got an arm and a half and 3/4. Aaron Judge is your prototypical right fielder. And if you can keep the guy healthy, he'll give you the numbers. But that's a big, big if. Never mind Stanton. Where are you putting Stanton in this lineup? Stanton is now your DH permanently. There's a lot of and then the Skankies traded their top two guys, Michael King and Drew Thorpe, over to the Padres. Now, mind you, the Padres have problems financially, so I'm not really sure they're going to be able to replicate or replace a Juan Soto-esque power bat. And listen, there's nothing to sneeze at a 275, 35, 109 RBI season. Very excellent. Yeah, Jim, thank you. Yeah, I don't think he's going to adjust well in New York City. I mean, he's going to get this invite and that invite, and he's going to be hobnobbing with the New York elite. And he's 25 years old. Let's not forget that he's a kid still. I mean, God, he's 7 years older than my twins. Not that far removed. I mean, they want that life. They want that fun, that fanfare. But I don't think he's got the intestinal fortitude to make it through New York. I don't. And then, so let's just for argument's sake, say Soto goes out and has a Judge-esque walk season, right? That him and Boris are banking and betting on his ability, and he produces. Well, so the Yankees are just now going to start bidding against themselves, right? Because he's going to get paid $33 million this year. Yeah, Alan, I remember when we wanted that life. That's funny. Kevin Elliott is telling me that Blake Snell will be leaving the Padres as well and going to the Mets. I'll take Blake Snell, no problem. I want Jordan Montgomery, and I want Yamamoto. If Steve Cohen doesn't close the deal for Yamamoto, I'll have no faith in him moving forward, and David Stearns could go back to Milwaukee into obscurity, for God's sakes. I mean, what are we doing? They're making me want to put my cleats back on and go have a tryout because they're signing everybody and their grandmother to minor league split contracts. Guys that are over the hill. Guys that hit 24 batters in the season, for God's sakes. Adam Austin, for God's sakes. I mean, what are we doing? We're signing guys to have a Bad News Bears team as our minor league affiliate. I just don't understand. And right, Kevin, the Skankies have zero pitching after Cole. So it doesn't really matter how much offense you have. And I'm going to give Kevin Elliott a little shout out here. He's the only one that's really amongst my circle of friends that are saying this. He's got Ohtani signing with the Red Sox. Now, whoever Ohtani signs with is going to absolutely cripple that club. cripple them. But I digress. I really believe that every Major League ball club is making hand over fist money. Absolutely true. Because there's no other explanation on how they're paying all these guys. Because they're allegedly smart businessmen that are billionaires, multimillionaires, and there's no way that they're when it comes to the game of baseball, they lose their economic acumen, if you know what I mean. Yes, the owners have a lot of money. So the Mets are also gearing up to go with a 6-man rotation with the hope and the expectation that we're going to be signing Yamamoto. So you're going to have Senga, Yamamoto, you're going to have Quintana, you're going to have hopefully a Schnell, a Montgomery perhaps, and then we'll finish it out with a Peterson or a McGill. And I'm okay with that. But we're not done on the offensive side. And Kevin and I had this little discussion earlier about Jorge Soler. I am not opposed to bringing in Jorge Soler. The guy's got a big bat. He was a star, or at least when the big game was on the line, he stepped up for the Braves. When the big game was on for the Marlins, he stepped up. Yeah, Toronto. Yeah, Jim, that's right. Toronto's also in play. But here's something interesting. If they bring in Ohtani, they're definitely moving Vlad. And I got to be honest, I would take Vlad over Ohtani because of the money difference. They're pretty much the same offensive player in my book. We could argue about that. Oh, Alan Lands reminded me of Luis Severino. I almost tried to forget about Luis Severino, but of course, Alan Land has to ruin my Hanukkah and bring up his name. So this whole Soto situation is a little bizarre. Right, correct, Harold. I agree with you. 100%. So there's nothing to sneeze at, and I would like him playing left field. That'd be phenomenal. I've said this on Angie's Angles. You give Pete 8 years and $280 million. I think he signs. I think he's a happy camper. He's doing these Citibank commercials, making secondary income. If he signs with the Mets, the advertising revenue that he's going to be able to achieve is going to be off the charts. Hey, Clark, how are you, brother? I am trying to stand. I almost lost you, Clark. I almost didn't see you in the comments, so I appreciate you being here. So, getting back. Tonight I was on it being Hanukkah. Rabbi Lipsker, Adelphi University, honored me and asked me to light the Shamash candle. And I was very touched. I was very appreciative of that. You know, I don't toot the horn much on Angie's Angles. I always put myself behind the scenes. He came to me because we interact a lot. He's a very active participant with the Shabbat and the Jewish kids on campus. He's a sincere man. He's full of love. He's full of hope. And he came to me and said, "Listen, the honor usually goes to somebody that's selfless, somebody that's out there to help others. I do try to live my life like that every day. I don't always succeed, but I do try. So he asked me, and I was more than honored, and it was a privilege to be able to climb the ladder and light the Shamash candle tonight to kick off Hanukkah. So, Rabbi Lipsker, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, and ironically, if you will, or sadly, it's exactly 2 months from the October 7th massacre that happened over in Israel, and we continue to pray that peace can be found and life could get back to normal over there in the Mideast. Yeah, thank you, Howard. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, so Kevin Elliott's telling us that Marte is part of the old age home. Yeah. Marte, listen, it was proven that he didn't recover from that groin injury. That is something. I've had it. I'm sure we've all had it. The athletes that have played. It is not an easy recovery. It barks. It pops up. You don't have to do much to re-injure it or re-aggravate it. It's a really sensitive injury. So, I think we have to say goodbye to Marte in some sense. Maybe Marte will be, not a pinch hitter, a DH slash, right fielder, every 3 days to save his legs, etc., etc. So, I'm going to do something. You all see I'm wearing my New York Met hat. Well, I'm going to do something that's a little unlike me, because the only other hat that I've ever worn was a Chicago Cub hat, and it was a floppy hat that I got. That Barbara and I went to a Chicago Cub game in Wrigley. It was floppy hat day. I've told the story. I got there early. I'm gonna be early for my own funeral. I assure you this. And they would, all the hats were gone. I mean, I was like maybe the 8th person in Wrigley. I'm being facetious, but I wasn't that. I was in the 3,000 attendees at the moment, but all the hats were gone. So I was barking and moaning about it, and we met these guys, these Cub fans, and they said, "Oh my God, you didn't get a hat here. I have 100. Have your hat." But I know, Clark. But we're going today. Here we go. This hat came to me compliments of one Brett Maletta. And Brett and I, we've never met in person. Brett has friended me. We've struck up this relationship. The man is genuine as it come. He bounces things off of me. I bounce things off of him. And I got a call yesterday. I got a text from Mikey Cigar here at Smoke Therapy saying, "Listen, you got a package here." I go, "Oh no." I go, is it ticking? It could be an angry Skanky fan. Send me a hate mail. We had to check for powder before we opened it. If you know what I mean. So Brett Maletta is one of the guys. I mentioned him a couple times on Angie's Angles, who's opened up my eyes to Steve Cohen's universe, right? So he says Steve Cohen is in the game just to make some scarole. He goes somewhere around Father's Day in June is when the Mets break even with the attendance, with the parking, with the merchandise, to this, to that, to everything, right? And everything after June is gravy, icing on the cake for Steve Cohen. And I never looked at it as a financial operation, right? Because my heart, I'm a true Met fan, yeah. So he opened my eyes to the economic side of baseball, and he knows that I have the twins, Danny and Angelo. They're seniors in high school, so he sent me the Minnesota Twin hat to be my secondary team when the Mets spit the bit. So he claims. Now, obviously, I'm not rooting for the Mets to spit the bit. I'm hoping for big and great things, but I will wear this on occasion. I will make appearances on Angie's Angles, and furthermore, so when I got to Smoke Therapy today, this was waiting for me, a Minnesota Twin hoodie. Now let me tell you something. A lot of people that sign on to my Angie's Angles, I've never met a day in my life. Harold, Mark, Clark, to name a few. Brett Maletta, I've never met them a day in my life. And they tickle me pink with acts of kindness. Mark was kind enough to send me my walking stick. Showed up at my house. It was wonderful. I use it. Brett Maletta, a couple years ago, I did. I made a bet if Trump lost to Biden, I shaved my mustache, and it was COVID, so my mustache was really big. And we did a charity for oh my goodness, I forget the name of the charity. It was a charity for blind people. For those that know me and my family, my mom was legally blind her whole life. Guiding Eyes, that was the name of the charity. So I took donations, and I had people, Daniel Bryan being one of them, send me money that I've never met a day in my life, but believed in what I was doing. And it just rekindles my faith in humanity when we're divulged and we're inundated with badness in the universe, right? So, Brett Milletta, I'm wearing it for a couple of minutes when I give you a shout out. I hope when you watch me on the rebound that you'll appreciate it. I know you will. I appreciated what you did. It made my day. I told you that yesterday. I've been having a rough go with things for a couple of weeks. Work's been crazy. So I appreciate your kindness. And I assure you, this hat will get good. I'm going to break it in because I don't like the flat hats. I hate the flat hats. Mine's got to be broken in. I got to have the bend. It came almost broken in. Yeah, thank you, Mr. McGowan. I appreciate that. So we're gonna take the Twins hat and put it over there. Put my Met hat. See how broken in my Met hat is? And let me go this way. It's very, very, very nice. Very curved, comfortable fit. It's not awkward. It's not like curved over here, not over there. It's a perfect curve. And I got to get the angle right on the television. So, yeah, right. And I hate the players that wear the flat hat. Oh my God, didn't CC Sabathia wear a flat hat? Oh my God, I hated it. I wanted to throw everything at the television screen. Mr. McGowan and those that like the torch, this is for you guys. I got to relight a minute. I also wanted to send a personal shout out to an original Angie's Angles member, Linda Stein. She's opening up a brand new Wawa down south. She couldn't make it tonight, but I wanted to wish her and her family very happy Hanukkah and good luck with the opening, Linda. We're pulling for you. Right, yeah, like that, right? I hated it. Or backwards. I love Griffey, 100%. Ken Griffey Jr., one of the best baseball players ever. But in the All-Star home run game, he wore it backwards. When I coached Little League, my son, whenever I see Danny wearing his hat backwards, I said, fix your hat. That is not how you wear a baseball hat. For God's sakes. Let's do it right. Old school baseball, Eric Schuster. Old school baseball, Eric Schuster. Abolish the pitch clock. Go to his Facebook page. He's on this campaign to boycott baseball until we get baseball back like it ought to be. Hey, Mustafa, how are you, my friend? Walk-in barbershop in Yaphank. See, I remember the town. Maybe I don't need the Ginkova. Mustafa, greetings to you, my friend. Best haircut in the universe, in my humble opinion. So, oh my goodness. So where are we at? Oh my God, we're at the 8:58 mark. That's impossible. I just started. What did I cover? I don't know if I covered anything. All right, we got to jump right to it. It's a Hanukkah version of our prayer circle. Hopefully, it carries a lot more weight. Anytime we pray, we're always carrying the weight. Prayer circle, Harold. We're praying for Dawn Squared, your wife and your friend. Mark Brooks, Dominique, your dad and yourself handling your health challenges. Scott Tobias, you got to give us an update on mom, and we're pulling for your wife. Clark, your brother-in-law, Brad, your cousin Mallory. Mallory was supposed to have the operation. Clark, you got to fill us in on how that happened, how that went today. And your niece Tiffany with a brand new daughter and Clark's granddaughter. Kevin Elliott, we're praying for your health challenges. The Krause family, we're praying for Aubrey as she continues her battles against cancer and succeeding and winning. And also a very happy 18th birthday, J.D. Krause is in the house. Linda Stein, again, good luck today with the Wawa opening. And we're praying for your dad, Mr. McGowan. 100% we got your back, my friend. Devin Lee down in Maryland, we're praying for Lee and improved health for him. My sister Patty Ann, my nieces Natalie, Caroline, and Ava, as they're coming off of Thanksgiving and now headed into the Christmas season without their husband and dad. My brother-in-law Chuck, who I dropped the brother-in-law part, and I call him my brother. We miss you, Chuck. and we're praying for you as well for eternal peace. Barb and family, on the loss of her dad. We managed Thanksgiving as best as we could, and Christmas is upon us. This will be the first year without her dad and my boy's grandfather. They called him Papa. We miss him. We miss him at the table and around the house for sure. Tom, out in the lobby of smoke therapy. His friend Paul received good news on his battle, but he'd like to add Kurt Pascal, who took a fall off the ladder, busted his orbital, his femur, is having a rough go with things, so we're praying for Kurt. Johnny Barbecue, we're praying for Elizabeth LeClaire, who's having a cardiac cath done. We're praying for her. And I think that concludes our prayer circle. So I'll put my hat back on. We're at the 9. Mark, you got a one. Brad is doing well after having bone marrow transplant. So fantastic. And Mallory seems to be doing well. So thank you so much. Yeah, Kevin, I almost made it without a rant. Not too bad tonight. So everybody celebrating Hanukkah. Wish you a happy, joyous, blessed Hanukkah. Again, Rabbi Lipska does not go unnoticed. Your kindness, sir. And I see the kindness in you, Rabbi. And that's what pushes me to be even kinder, your kindness. So thank you so much. This has been Angie's Angles. Wait, stop. Brett Moletta again. Brett, I thank you, my friend. We'll end it with the Twins cap. It's been Angie's Angles coming to you live from Smoke Therapy. Good night. God bless. I love you.